Conscious lovers. We know how we are imperfectly perfect for ourselves and for those who know how to love and be self. That means that you have, emotions, thoughts. I have my 1-year-old self in the forefront, and I have my 3-year-old self, and that means I have a window welcome. So you will have a self lens if you have, for example, borderline personality, narcissism. If you have a childhood trauma lens, we're going to just use lenses to indicate that someone who is working on healing trauma and or has healed. So my lenses are of Maria, the prefrontal cortex, and if my child charged parts, they're not charged. That's the truth about those who are awakened and are true spirituality. So we will have heard Jesus' words, forgive them for they do not know. Blessed are those who believe without seeing. And what? Turn the other cheek. Oh, yes, and don't cast stones. As a teenager, I learned I was casting a stone with the words good and bad, and I said, and then I said, I'm so sorry. And then I said, I won't do it anymore. Anarchy. And that is it. And anarchy it is, meaning, as a also solo polyamory, there's no hierarchy. Anarchy because every human being has a body. Everybody loves somebody sometime. So to be the self of you means that you get home to your true self, though. And that's thanks to the year 2024 right now, where we have attachment trauma, researchers, therapists, all of the ones who for the past 30 years plus have been growing information actively, good information, data. Okay, so no demons possess anyone. There's neuroscience, neurobiology, okay? Oh, and we don't dismantle faith because faith and mysticism and spirituality is something for those of us who come like a 5D mystic too, our awakened thing, the awakened thing. So here's the deal. As anyone has shared that is true spirituality, you are consistently awakened to yourself. So conscious lovers, we don't turn our back on our twin flame because they don't do what we want them to do. We also don't create a saga. We also don't need those of us who are conscious lovers, that is. So the people who be self, okay? So being self means that you know the truth, which is you can be your own masculine and feminine, and there's no need to worry. And the mind, see the swords, there's no need to worry. Left mode, right mode, and left work together. And so we know how to temper our emotions and thoughts and to look not for evidence to support or disprove what we feel or think, but to know that our feelings and our thoughts are not irrefutable facts, and to have lovely conversations. And so our lovely IHP community, we're all about the healing of one-to-one trauma. So you will have had trauma charges, every one of us. If there's big trauma or small trauma where you feel suffering, then you will have gotten support, and that's when then you move into the lovely self-help, life coach, personal development, which is effective and useful because you want to expand the window welcome to emotions. Not do, I don't want to do it, I want life now. The human suffering and broken people, the ones who say we're broken, they romanticize pathologies, and then others, they continue to demonize it. That's the 3D, 4D collective. Okay, so we just chit-chat here about imperfectly perfect. So what does that mean? Well, knock, knock, who's there? Love. What does that mean? It means that I love you. Really? Are you sure? Because I'm not sure. There's not enough evidence. I'll show you how. How will you show me? Well, I'll keep showing up. Okay, so it's very straightforward when people love each other in that sense. Okay, so conscious lovers, for one, we love Jesus. I lost the piece of note. It's okay. I don't think I needed that one. But conscious lovers, some of us, we love Jesus. So we don't want anyone to basically, if they want to tell us that our faith is not true, we will respectfully understand that they don't have faith. And we will leave it alone because you don't have to have faith. Sciences and spirituality actively come together when it comes to the smart people. In fact, Dr. Daniel Siegel was invited to a True Spirituality conference because he allows us to learn all about integration of the brain. And as he shares, integration made visible is kindness and compassion. And he says this road to integration can be incredibly energizing because what you are doing and helping is someone heal, and it is bringing out into the world the love and connection that is the birthright for all of us. life as we move together to create a more integrated and more integration in our world. Sadhguru, the most precious thing is life itself. Will you realize this now or only on your deathbed? So when you love someone, you don't wait, you don't postpone it, you have 24 hours. When you love someone, there's that one song, right? The Bryan Adams, even though those songs are a little bit too much, because the reality is we see a lot of people who long for love this way, and that is the 0 1 year old. So that's a side note. That's not a conscious lover. Conscious lover is when love romantically is a bonus. Love, friendship is a bonus. So you consistently have oxytocin gene hormone on inside. You're always on. That's what Jesus taught me and God. And I got lucky because I have a 0 1 year old. She's all mine because my mother taught me how to regulate because I have healthy self-worth. No ill will, because equanimity, when you look up the word, Wikipedia shares with you the Buddhist definition, and there's no ill will, because the people who have ill will are the same ones who harbor resentment, who harbor grudges, who harbor what is an anger that they didn't get to process because they had first 3 years of life no child-centric environment. Something happened, maybe not the first 3, doesn't matter. There's a trust break. There's a trust break, and there's an anger that didn't get shared, and then there's a bitterness. And then that chronic bitterness turns into stories. And so people who are not conscious of living life with their thoughts and their emotions as not irrefutable truths, okay? So people who want to think if I like or don't like, and then I'm thinking what I'm thinking is truth or not truth. They're not actively noticing that adaptive child patterns, yes, or maladaptive. They lead with their left. Their right, they don't mature. They have shame, blame, fault, revenge. They're like Cusco when he's telling Pacha the opposite of what the truth is, which is, you're trying to keep me here. I know Yzma's going to help me, which is not the truth. And then he hears Yzma, and then he realizes, wow, Pacha was telling me the truth, and I told him that he was trying to keep me there on purpose because Cusco was the one who wanted to get home. Cusco had left Pacha on a bridge. And then he went back and said, I was going to have you killed by the guards. And he shook and made promises. So any person who is a betrayer is a person who needs a good therapist and is not a conscious lover. Any person who doesn't text you back in a certain way and then doesn't take ownership of it, they're a person who needs a good therapist. Leave it alone. That's just the number one thing. Love knows to leave it alone, like Pacha, because love is unconditional. I accept you for who you are. I love you for who you are. You do not represent a physical threat to me. You do not represent an emotional threat when you can be the self of you. If you need a thumbs up, then that's a different story for you. The conscious lover knows, I don't need your thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm not looking for you to accept me. I'm accepting you for who you are. You accept me, imperfectly perfect, for who I am. And if you don't want me to be me, then we're not going to have a relationship, because what is this? So genuine relationships, friends, lovers, it's when you embody all of what you are, when you have to make it a point to struggle, to express who you are. That's where we have Sid, Manny, Diego. So remember, for our herd, we always have areas where we can consistently share love with each other. So being the self of you, it's straightforward for those of us who love to love, with Jesus in your back pocket and in your front pocket and everywhere. And the essence of God is love and life, not the fear-mongering stuff that we hear out there. Holy Spirit, love, Reiki. We know that theologians who are writing their qualitative things, I mean, they're just grabbing books and deciding that they didn't give the seal that they want. It's very clear when you meet the people who have an in and out group type modality, because they're like the 14-month-old, those studies that showed that a 14-month-old will play nice with a teddy bear who likes the same cereal that the 14-month-old human being child, then it will not want to play with the teddy bear that likes a cereal that the 14-month-old does not like. And in fact, if playing with that teddy bear, they will be more hostile. The minute you have this piece of information, is empowering you to do differently. Means that you notice, oh, am I being a bit hostile because I don't like that that's a polyamory, 5D mystic, Reiki practitioner, Akashic record reader who I'm judging based on something that has nothing to do with that human being, and I'm having these emotions that are called biases, implicit biases come up. Maybe I shouldn't have my thoughts or emotions come up because a person lives a different lifestyle than me, and actually treat them with more hostility. My bodied brain doesn't need to be in a safety behavior because I don't need to act like a 14-month-old. I'm a grown human being who's conscious. This is me, conscious. Self-awareness, accountability, regulation. That's what you do with self-help, personal development, which is why people say it's bullshit and crap. No, it's only bullshit and crap for the ones who have laundry in their body. They don't know how to do open. In fact, whenever I've heard, you can't always be open. Wow. You can't not know how to be open. You learn all this shit. How do you not apply it? It's like riding a bike. Or I don't know. You know how to ride, how to fix a car. Once you know how to fix a car, what are you going to leave it crapping? Aren't you going to keep fixing it up so that you can continue to optimize it? Your body and your body brain is an optimizable system, and it's seeking, by the way, to move back to its restorative embodiment self. Find it hard to believe. Well, you know what? We're going to move to our next episode. So finding it hard to believe is not my lovely IHP community. We're going to say, oh, the evidence is clear. When I look at your face, I'm not going to use my biases, because if you're having a neutral, negative, or positive face, I'm not going to assume shit. I'm going to just say, hey, I'm being myself with my flaws and imperfection and integrity. So I'm going to tell you to your face what I'm thinking. Are you going to tell me if it's yes or no? Yeah, I'm very literate. So if you're joking, I can't tell. Raise your hand. People tease me. I can't tell. People actively have found out. I actively don't know if you're joking. I'm not kidding. Okay, so that's where you know how to be self. So we all contribute to each other, and some of us contribute this. The path to enlightenment. There's another option that I haven't heard yet, but I'm sure it's out there somewhere. The choice of love. Jesus gave me the choice of love. I'm sharing it with you as a human being who has integrated my brain thanks to having secure attachment and the capacity to not close my heart as an adolescent, because that was my first choice point, like anybody else. You moved from the attachment system that was looking to your home herd. Oh, and my mother already told her, you can't spank me. So I was already an independent, differentiated, self-conscious lover by the time I was 3. And the primary caregivers are what matter. Then my twin, well, you can ask her all about my bossy tone. I'm just saying, it's the truth. Teenager, adolescent. Short time, grown-ups were right. All stupid, making poor choices. I don't fear inadequacy. You don't even know how to tell me the truth in my face. I'm going to keep moving forward with Jesus and God and be humble. Yep. Move forward again. Yeah, as I got Claire's, it got really straightforward. I thought the 4D would come around. Oh my gosh. Okay, conscious lovers. Knock, knock. Who's there? Love. Did you lose something sacred that you were looking for? Did you find it again? Because I need your 1-year-old to be here. Can you tell me about being vulnerable in my face, not behind your back? Okay, so when people love to love, this is why we have fun. It doesn't get harder to love in the land of the living. It's only for the ones who do. Humans are broken. Humans are this. Men are that. Yeah. No. We heal trauma for those who heal, and we don't have trauma charges for those who love emotions. Raise your hand. To this day, I'm so surprised people don't know how to use their prefrontal cortex all the time. The ones who know about it. I mean, the ones who don't, you're getting to learn about it right now. So again, self-help, spiritual, any of your journey with spirituality is more people, not less, because true spirituality is a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self. Thank you, Daniel Siegel, for that. And he was told that by other true spirituality people. So the ones who are spiritual bypassers, mantles of mental health, they're mantles of yoga, they're mantles of everything. And any mantle is what is called a facade. And again, remember, these are food for thought. Do not write these as statements. These are not statements. These are not, today I'm giving it to you this way. Tomorrow I'm going to be like, whole different way. That's why my friend called me a hypocrite. But see, enlightenment, soul age group, this and that are true. Why? Because my brain's integrated. So it's flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable. You can be here too. It's really fun to be a whole 3-year-old heart with a whole 1-year-old heart, and then intellectually and emotionally meet really amazing men, women, and theys. Conscious lovers. So you want to know what a conscious lover is? It's an embodied human being who navigates. You see my smile? They navigate their social engagement system. They are not a narrow piece of consciousness. There's no of that default mode network that is seeking to be in situations of hypervigilance and of this very unfortunate business that is of a silverback, safety behavior, reptilian visceral nervous system, biochemistry of yuckiness. As I've shared with you before, you can use honey and sweet and sour. And there's a complete difference, though, because it ain't honey and sweet and sour. I'm saying you embodying inner and outer well-being when you feel yourself. So being self is this, oh my gosh, I feel so good in here. It's really great. Am I perfect? No, I'm not. Do I feel good to express who I am? Yes. What happens when somebody says, I don't like you? You're a bitch. That's sad. Oh, well, it's okay. I'm going to go cry and I'm going to leave you alone. See you later, alligator. That's it. Now, when people do something like this, oh, Maria, I bet you there's some dark magic going on. No, I'm a mystic. No. Stand back and stand down. I repeat, 5D mystic here. What you're doing is dangerous. Look, you're your own mystic. I'm not going to put you in any kind of category, but I'm pretty sure you're 4D right now. You may believe in energy vampires, dark auras. I can see your eyes. Can you see your eyes? I can see your eyes. Do you see your eyes? Okay, you're a human. I'm a human. You see what I'm saying? Okay, we're going to move to our next episode. But that's my point, is that 5D mystics, there's no evil Knievel medieval. There's a neuroscientist, Patrick McNamara, shares all about your fear reception in the brain, and that's what I've tried to explain to more people than not. And thankfully, the ones who are part of the 5D collective, they hear my voice. They hear also the explanation from neuroscientist Patrick McNamara. They see the evidence because I have the proof. They understand what quantitative data building up, accumulating year after year after years is, and they say, okay, fear-mongering tactics, demonizing shit, all people, science is. I'm going to go with what is proving to me, evidence. There's no demon that possesses the body. There are people with their brain, and if they have trauma unhealed, then we have a situation. And if we have disorganized attachment with dissociative identity disorder, we have alters. We have states of self that are triggerable when emotions come up. If we have a borderline personality without the visibility of their lens, they don't know that that void and them filling with anger is only a pretend moment. And then they have the capacity, thank you, Dr. Daniel Fox, to get help and, in fact, to find strength and break the stigma of BPD as well as narcissism. Okay, so Dr. Daniel Fox, look him up. Conscious lovers, they know we're imperfectly perfect for ourselves and each other, and that's because we know how to love and how to be self, and it is about us moving into integration of the brain and restorative embodiment self, because your body's already seeking to return to its actual birthright, your mammalian heritage. So you can, not for my lovely viewers here who have made it all the way to the end, the ones who want to believe that people are evil or broken or demons, or again, they can't get out of suffering. You can get out of suffering because it's the way you use your brain, and then you motivate yourself. You can get out of addictions, again, your motivation. Is it going to be straightforward and easy? Do you want the ladder out, or do you want, what is this with the easy thing? Easy. Emotions. This is why. I mean, anytime, why are you talking about easy with emotions? You're a human. Did you not notice that you're going to feel? Oh, I'm sorry again. So, I repeat, IHP, self-help, personal development, it's for people who want to do self-awareness, accountability, regulation skills with emotions. Conscious lover, don't think, I'm going to keep a man with a string. A woman, what is that? It's not hard work to do emotions. It's called, wow, I get to be self with another human being. I get to be seen. I got to be soothed. I got to be safe. I got to be secure. It's what every 1-year-old wanted. And the people who get back home to themselves, now that is an honor to me. Because that's definitely hard for anyone who didn't get lucky like I, or those of us who have secure attachment and maintained an open heart, whether with Jesus or not. 5D mystic will know nothing except for having chosen love again and again and again, because it's easy when you're able to be yourself with flaws, with integrity. And that's because integrity means I will be honest, And I have a very basic book of moral codes. I will treat you the way I want to be treated. I will not lie to you. I will not treat you unkindly. I will actively not affect your life physically, emotionally, or mentally. And if you are uncomfortably uncomfortable with me, I will happily make my way out. And I will not be too upset because I don't need you to live like you don't need me to live. I need air, water, and food. Very basic. I will not feel ashamed. I will not fear inadequacy. What is that word? Excuse me? You think that you telling me that I shouldn't breathe is going to make my ears do something? No, the only reason you would tell me you think that I shouldn't breathe is because you're a grandiose human being who forgot. Maybe you never learned. Anytime somebody thinks that they have the capacity to cast a stone, person of true faith will notice it by the ears that we hear with and the heart that we feel with. We won't feel shame. We are going to, in that moment, a person is going to stand down, like I got pulled back every time that's happened. It pulls, shut the mouth, nod the head, leave the room. That's it. And there's our go. So, like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and be back for more. Have a great one.